Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. We're here with another edition of Chalk Talk with your host, me, JB. I have Coach of the Musselman Appleman, Coach Thomas. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm really good. Yeah. Thanks for having me on again.
You've been a regular. We've covered you guys for a couple of times this year, and Coach, you guys have had an up and down season. You're sitting at 3-4. It's a little bit unfamiliar territory, but yet you're still on the cusp of the playoffs. What is your message to your kid going into to your kids going into these last couple of games?
Yeah, we've talked about just kind of continuing the course and keep fighting. We lost four in a row there. Nobody wants to lose four in a row, but at the same time, we played a gauntlet of a schedule, man. You played, those four losses are Morgantown, always a top program. Spring Mills, having probably their best season in school history, and then Martinsburg and Cabell Midland are two of the top teams in the state. So, I didn't think we were really playing bad football throughout those four games necessarily. I thought after our bye week we were playing good. We just happened to play two of the best teams in the state. So we just told our kids, keep fighting, keep playing hard, keep working, and we're going to see eventually we're gonna see kind of the rewards of our hard work. And luckily we got a win last week.
Yeah, Coach. I know we talked before at the beginning of the season about your schedule. You guys do play a gauntlet of a schedule. What was the mindset going behind playing such a tough schedule? Like I said, you guys are at the cusp of the playoffs. Do you think it's going to help you guys in the end that you've played these top schools, you've been in these battles? Do you think it is preparing your kids for what is yet to come?
Yeah, I think so for sure. Early on when I was a head coach, shoot, man, racking up the years now. This is my 11th year as a head coach. So early on, we played a really easy schedule one year, and we got in the playoffs, and we just got knocked around. And I thought to myself, like, man, we really weren't ready for this style of football in November. So, I kind of told myself early on as a coach, hey, you want to challenge yourself a little bit, so that when you get in those games, you can tell your kids, like, hey, we've played these teams, we played playoff squads, So definitely want to play a difficult schedule because of that. Now, having said that, I don't know if we wanted it maybe as difficult as we had this year. At the same time, when you have success, it kind of breeds people wanting to play you or not wanting to play you. And it's when you look at really the past handful of years. We had the Kennedy Award winner, the COVID year. I'm probably going to go to my grave saying the COVID year. I thought we were the best team in the state that year. I thought we were pretty good. So but we've had a lot of successful years, and you have those good years. People don't want to play you. You pick up the phone and somebody says, like, coach, you guys, you've won this many games for that many years, or you're not on our level. So you get a lot of teams that say no that would probably really be pretty good games. So we were kind of stuck at 9 games, and the only team that we got to say yes was Cabell Midland. So we were happy to play them, but at the same time, definitely got a gauntlet of a schedule.
Well, Coach, you had a rocky stretch, but you guys had I say an exciting win last week. What was it like getting back on track? The 6-0 win against Hedgesville. What was it like? Playing at Shepherd University. Unfamiliar territory for both teams, and being able to walk away with that win.
Yeah, it was definitely it was exciting but different at the same time. You get in such a routine, and I'm a OCD, organized, routine type of person. I like to, hey, it's Monday. Here's what we're doing. It's Tuesday. Here's what we're doing. I got my schedule down to an art. So when you come in and you say to the kids, hey, we're playing Saturday morning at 11 a.m. We're playing at Shepherd. You add into that, it's cold and rainy, and all these are maybe excuses, but I'm not making them excuses. I'm just stating the facts that, hey, it's different, man. We brought our kids in at 7:30 in the morning Saturday and fed them breakfast. Got on the bus about 8:30 and got up to Shepherd about 9. So it's just a different routine. It's just a different schedule. I think for Hedgesville too. I think if you're a routine person, it kind of throws you off that routine a little bit. But our kids are ready to play. Our kids were excited to play. It was a cool environment. Probably would have been a lot nicer if it was 60, 70 degrees and sunny, we probably would have had a little bit more of a fan base on both sides. But yeah, it was exciting just to play at a different venue and to play a rivalry game like that, at a big time college.
You're going into this week's game at Jefferson High School at Cougar Stadium. They seem to have a track team type of offense. What is your message going into the game with your defense on how to slow down a high powered offense that has a lot of speed?
Yeah, it's funny. I was listening to a podcast 2 days ago with Kirby Smart talking. Kirby Smart's one of the best coaches in America. Georgia right now, probably arguably is the best program, college football program, maybe currently. They're on a run right now, and he was talking about the game of football and how it's advanced and how it changed. And he said, you know what? It still comes down to blocking and tackling. He said you gotta make blocks. It doesn't matter if you run a spread offense, you run a wing T. I forget what all he was saying, power I. He was talking about all these different offenses. He said, you got to block. And then he was talking about defensively. It doesn't matter what you're defending. You're defending, two tight double wings. You're defending five wide. You gotta make tackles. It just sometimes you got to tackle in the box. You got to tackle in space. So, I really kind of believe that it's kind of coach's cliche a little bit, but with the athletes that they got, with the speed that they have, you got to tackle them. If you don't come up make tackles, then explosive teams like that, they turn a 10, 15-yard gain into a 40 or 50-yard play, maybe an 80-yard touchdown. So, we got to tackle them. We got to play sound football. Having said that, our defense has been playing really well lately. So, hopefully we're up for the challenge here, against a really good team.
Have you faced anyone this year that you can compare with Jefferson's speed that you guys have played this year, or is this the fastest team that you guys may have seen all year long?
Whew. They're fast. I mean, yeah, they're fast. Maybe individually here or there. Martinsburg always has speed. Hanley had a couple kids that could really move. They had a couple really good athletes, but I don't think they were as deep as Jefferson's core. Cabell Midland probably had the best athletes maybe that we've seen, but they weren't really speedster guys. They were more of a ground and pound running back and a quarterback that was really like a fullback. So it didn't present the same problems. Jefferson's thing, man. I watched him play last Friday with us playing Saturday. I went and watched him live Friday night. Man, they're fast, man. They got speed all over the place. They got about five guys that well, shoot, they got six guys really that can move because the quarterback's an athlete. So they just got speed all over the place that, if you're not ready and you don't wrap up, really any of those guys could take it to the house.
Well, Coach, let's we have a lot of fans that's going to tune in to see you guys play. It's an EPAC game. It's a lot of implications on seeding your playoffs. Can you give me one player that may be I'd say a impact player that people may not know about, who can make a big impact and can be that guy that maybe when you talk about Musselman High School that they really not familiar with this year?
Oh man, that's tough. That's tough. Oh man, that's man, that's a tough one because I got about five names that honestly kind of popped into my head. Man, I don't know which way to go with this. From an offensive perspective, Isaiah Beard is an explosive kid. And Isaiah had a really good start of the season for us, and then broke his ankle, and it was out. Was out about 3 or 4 games, and then he came back last week against Hedgesville and was an explosive player. So he's really fast. He's our fastest kid on our team. So probably Isaiah. I was thinking Blake Sanders is another name. Blake Sanders is a good running back for us. He's kind of been bottled up here recently, but I expect him to bust out soon. He's a really good football player. Colton Shelton's another one, but Colton's kind of one of those. Colton's kind of a kid that he goes under the radar and he's not flashy, but people are starting to notice him a little bit. He leads us in tackles. He's the one that had the scoop and score return for the touchdown last week. So offensively, he's starting to play more of a role. He had a touchdown at Cabell Midland. So I don't know. I was thinking Colton too, but Colton might not really be under the radar anymore. He's kind of starting to pop out a little bit.
Well, Coach, like I said, you had that big scoop and score a big win last week, and you're going into this competition with Jefferson. Familiar foe. You played them, every year, and we just wish you the best of luck. I told Jefferson's coach, I hope that you guys leave healthy and are able to, continue to push forward for the playoffs to represent the EPAC. We say all the time here at Home Team Sports that we love to see our kids succeed both on and off the field. Everybody tune in Friday night, 7 o'clock, Musselman High School, Jefferson High School at Cougar Stadium. Coach, thanks for being on here. I'm sure we'll get you on here again and get you on here again in the playoffs. And we wish you guys the best of luck and good luck this weekend.
All right. Thanks, Josh. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate all you guys do.
Thank you.